Hello, I'm Chris Flynn. I'm the author of A Tiger in Eden, and this year I've got a new book coming out called The Glass Kingdom, about a returned soldier who works on a travelling carnival that's going up the east coast of Australia in the summer of 2010-2011, and he is using the carnival as a cover for selling crystal meth, because he's a bit of a crystal meth operation going behind the scenes. And he's got a very errant sidekick who is a mildly schizophrenic hip-hop wannabe, and it all goes badly wrong. It features everything that I love in books. It has it's got a dinosaur and a woman covered from head to toe in fur. It is a surreal and hopefully funny and sexy and strange little insight into the rural backwaters of Australia. A lot of people did ask me if Tiger in Eden was based on my life. My life as a former terrorist who's killed people and was on the run in Thailand. No, unlike Tiger in Eden, at least he was sort of an amalgam of people that I once knew, and I myself, travelled around Thailand when I was younger. But I've never worked on a crystal meth enterprise. The Carney connection goes back a long way, in that an old friend of mine worked on a travelling carnival in the US, and he used to work on a stall a bit like the target ball stall in the Glass Kingdom, and he would sleep in the stall at night on a big pile of cuddly toys. And that was a long time ago now, but I always remembered that, so that little detail has probably made it in there. And although I've never worked on a travelling carnival per se, I did kind of work on a sort of travelling events company in Victoria when I first came to Australia back in '99. I was a sumo wrestling referee, where I was in charge of a game. We would go around school fetes and that kind of thing here in Victoria, and I would have my referee's costume on, and I would put kids into those giant sumo wrestling suits, and then they would make them fight. My job mostly consisted of breaking up fights. Years ago I worked in borders, both in Scotland and here in Australia, and me and some of the other guys at Borders started a little hip-hop band that was really, really awful, really terrible, but it was mainly just us sitting in someone's room and playing around with the mixer and making up lyrics, and that was the first time I tried writing some hip-hop lyrics. So some of those probably in a new version made it into Mikey's lyrical bursts. I've always had a fascination with hip-hop, to be honest. I've always liked hip-hop, and the fact that they're very clever, a lot of the lyrics, and they betray the fact that people are much smarter than they might be letting on. And the character of Mikey in this book certainly pretends to be a ghetto guy from Frio, but actual fact he's a bit smarter than he lets on to everyone. This has got lots of little odd details that are probably go back a long way in my life that I wasn't really aware of whenever I was writing the book, but you're drawing it from somewhere, I guess. And this was an interesting exercise for me in many ways, because it was drawing from a lot of areas of my well-travelled life, all to focus in on this one brief summer for the carnivals travelling up the east coast.